3 days after police found the body of baby Natallya in the basement of her family's home in White Cloud. Questions are still being asked about how the police handled it.
At the top of the list, why didn't police issue an Amber Alert? Now, as the 4-month-old baby's father faces a charge of concealing her body.
24-Hour News 8's Ken Colker is getting answers from the chief himself, and he's live in Grant tonight. Ken?
Yeah, Brian, so we caught up with the White Cloud police chief here in the city of Grant, where he also is the police chief. Now, we asked him about the investigation, about whether he should have checked sooner in the basement where that baby was eventually found. Now, it was the home where the baby lived with her parents and other relatives. Why not check that home? Why not check that basement? Thoroughly check that home right away?
Because the initial report was that the child was with the father's sister, the child's aunt, and that they wanted to know why the aunt or dad wouldn't go get the child or bring the child home.
Natallya's family reported her missing early Tuesday after her father, Matthew Bradley, refused to say where she was and then went into hiding. It wasn't until late Tuesday that police caught up with Bradley, who told them they would find Natallya dead in the basement of the family's home in White Cloud. Police had stopped at that home repeatedly all day to talk with family, but had never searched it. If this happened again today, would you do it any differently?
I think in hindsight, I probably would have searched the home at some point earlier, yes, or at least asked to. And obviously, knowing what we know now, the outcome couldn't have been changed regardless of what we did.
From the start, the family questioned the police response, whether they were taking it seriously enough. Why no Amber Alert in this case?
Didn't meet the criteria. It wasn't a stranger abduction. The child had no health issues that needed immediate medical attention, and it wasn't a custodial parent who had lost parenting rights.
But the family feared she was in danger, especially since Bradley was known to use drugs. Does that up the level of danger to this child?
The family didn't seem to think so. They had all been living in the same home for the 4 months of that child's life. So the family seemed to be okay with him taking care of the child.
On Tuesday, we saw the chief going door to door and frequently stopping to speak with family. Later, it was Mendham who consoled Natallya's grandmother moments after police found the baby's body in her basement.
I do know I went home and hugged my wife and son, and I feel for the families. All of them that are involved, they all love that little girl very much.
Now, the chief says police are still waiting for autopsy results to determine whether the father will face any more serious charges. Live in Grant, Ken Colker, 24-Hour News 8.
Thank you, Ken.